What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I've got a collection of 10 fragrances that prove that you don't have to spend a lot of money to smell great for some great everyday options. These are going to fall somewhere in the range of anywhere from $30 to like $70 USD, kind of in that mid-range of affordability. And some of these fresher than others, some of these spicier than others, but all seem to have some pretty good versatility and ease of wear. So let's dive into these 10, shall we? Stay tuned. Starting with arguably the most versatile of the bunch, we're talking about Narciso Rodriguez's Bleu Noir for him, the Eau de Parfum. So you're going to get some citrus, a nice kind of well-rounded woody nuance. It's not overloaded with synthetic smells. Has a very smooth type of scent profile. Again, high-level versatility. This can be that one fragrance for you to rock every single day. Citruses, woody nuances, there's a slight creamy facet to it, a little touch of spice without being overwhelming. It just offers some great bang for your buck because 50 ml bottles like this, you can get around 50 bucks on up to like 60, $65 to get the 100 milliliter bottle. And again, it's something that can just be that one corner of the dresser, grab, spray, and go on about your day type of fragrance. Just some really good stuff for the money. It's Bleu Noir for him, EDP. Now let's say you want something a little bit fresher. You want a little bit more citrus, but you don't want to lose any of that edge, that classy, well-rounded, masculine smell. Well, Brioni Eau de Parfum Eclat might be the fragrance you're looking for. That you can get this one around $55 to $65 range. This one offers a nice juicy grapefruit note, a clean, vibrant musk and ambroxan combination without being too overwhelming of an ambroxan note, with some scent-defining character from pink pepper and olibanum. So you get a nice little sweet, aromatic, slightly spicy hit with a touch, a nice little underlying layer of some smoky, darker, resinous incense. Gives a little bit of an aromatic balsamic feel to it. Average to slightly above average performance. Just smells really good. One of my personal favorites that I've discovered over the last 2 years. I'm a big fan of this one. I love to wear this one in the summer. This is about to start making it back into my own rotation. And it's one that's worth checking out. If you don't want to sacrifice kind of that ability to dress a fragrance up to where it doesn't smell juvenile and playful, because you don't get any of that here, but at the same time, it can be as casual as you would like it to be at any given point. This is a great option with Brioni Eau de Parfum Eclat. Now, for some of you in the warmer climates that like a good coconut tropical fragrance, Lattafa Asad Zanzibar is one of the better affordable releases this year. This one's going for around mid $30 range, like 34, 35 bucks. This one offers a nice saltwater coconut smell, not too heavy on the sunscreen vibe from the coconut. The iris here gives a touch of powder, a little bit of soapy floral, but not too much of either. And then the incense and vanilla gives this kind of roasted tonka bean smell to give it a little bit of a deeper base, and overall adds character to the profile. Great performer on my skin. You get a lot for your money here. I just love the way this one smells. Creamy coconut, but still a saltwater aquatic at the same time. It's a beautiful tropical option with some actual depth here. Now, not high level niche, but doesn't smell super cheap to me. And again, real good performance for your money. It's hard to beat. If you like a good vacation style fragrance with some good performance for the money, check out Asad Zanzibar. Now let's step outside the norm, outside the comfort zone, if you will, and let's go with something that doesn't smell natural. Very unique original scent profile. I love that Hermes chose to do this. H24 Eau de Toilette. There's two other flankers at this point with an Eau de Parfum and a flanker called Herbe Vives, which if you want green, go with Herbe Vives. If you want earthy, go with the Eau de Parfum. If you want the freshest of the bunch, you go with the Eau de Toilette. Even though they don't list citrus, I get like the rind of the bergamot, this like slightly bitter citrus peel, very metallic. A little touch of floral without being powdery, a hint of sweetness. There's a slight musky, woodsy tone to it. They only offer 3 notes in the breakdown, but there's more nuance to this fragrance than meets the eye when you look at that note pyramid. Very unique fragrance, not going to be for everyone. Again, it's a molecule type of fragrance, very unnatural smell, but at the same time, Smells of quality and originality, and that's what I appreciate about what Hermes did here. They're great about creating their own path when it comes to scent profiles and then flankering from there and tying to the original, a la the Terre de Hermes line. They've got another hit here, in my opinion, great everyday wear that will definitely separate you from the crowd because it smells like nothing other than itself. We're talking about H24 Eau de Toilette. Another one that, for as simplistic as it is actually quite unique. One of my favorite Issey Miyake fragrances. This is L'Eau d'Issey pour Homme Vetiver. This came out last year. You can get this for around 50 bucks. Slightly above average performance in that 6 to 8 hour range in longevity, but you get a freshwater accord, a sweeter geranium. It's not a minty type of mentholic geranium, like a touch of sweet flowery smell. And then the vetiver here it's fresh and woodsy, but it also has this little hint of smokiness to give just the slightest touch of earthy feel to kind of round it out and make it a little bit deeper because there's so much of this freshwater accord. This is some good stuff. It doesn't offer a ton of spice. It doesn't smell super synthetic. And another one that's kind of original. It doesn't remind me of anything else. Man, it just smells really good. This is one of my favorite releases of 2023. I'm excited to sniff it and talk about it with you guys because fragrances like this really do the trick for me. In a world flooded in redundancy in the perfume world, it's nice to come across some originality. At least to me, I haven't smelled anything else that smells like it. This is a great daily wear option for the money for sure. L'Eau d'Issey Vetiver. A forgotten flanker in its own line that actually does the original some pretty good justice for being a flanker. We're talking about Boss Bottled Eau de Parfum. So this is kind of like a reimagining of what a higher concentration could be, modernized with some elements that kind of tie it to the blue genre at the same time. Like a nice dose of sage, kind of really bridges the gap between Boss Bottled and blue fragrances without getting away from Boss Bottled's DNA, because instead of cinnamon here for your spice, you have cardamom that offers a bit of brightness, this fresh green spicy feel. You still have that apple fruity smell. Nice woodsy tone, like it stays pretty true to the DNA, but that sage, it differentiates. It's almost like a blue Boss Bottled without being a blue fragrance, not loaded down with like ambroxan and things like that. It smells great. Even offers a little touch of a bubblegum type of smell. So again, kind of falls into the blue genre without exactly being a blue genre fragrance. Great performance in that 8 hour range and longevity for me. And again, very forgotten in its own right. If you like spicy fragrances, you'll probably enjoy this one. If you like the original, like to see kind of a modern twist with some more oomph to the performance, you should give this one a shot. It's Boss Bottled EDP. Sticking with the theme of spice, this to me is the best Coach fragrance for men. This is Coach Open Road. So if you're familiar with fragrances like Dolce & Gabbana K, this will come across a bit familiar to you, even though it's not the same fragrance. And honestly, I think this is a better fragrance than the K line, any of the three from Dolce & Gabbana K, because of this peppered spice. And they really went in on this peppery smell. So if you're not a fan of things like black pepper and fragrance, you'll hate this. But if you like a good black pepper note, like this guy does, you'll probably enjoy this. Offers some nice citrus at the top. It's bright and aromatic. It's very fresh and clean overall, but offers this nice, robust black pepper note that gives it a richness while still maintaining all of that airy freshness from the other supporting notes. This is a great fragrance, average performer around 6-ish hours, and I don't know why they haven't flankered it yet. They flankered the Coach from Inline many times, and to me, this is their best fragrance, and they haven't done a flanker yet. So Coach, if you're listening by chance, I need an Open Road flanker, because Open Road, this is a great base DNA to start with. This is a great, well-rounded, everyday masculine fragrance for the money. It's around 40 bucks. It's Coach Open Road. Longtime viewers of the channel will be quite happy to see me feature this one. It's one of my all-time favorites. You can't go wrong here. It's one of the more unique blue fragrances to ever exist. It's Salvatore Ferragamo's Acqua Essenziale Bleu. So you'll get elements of other fragrances. You get a little bit of Bleu de Chanel's citrus. You get a touch of Dylan Blue's heart, but it's still its own thing. The lavender tonka bean combo here isn't soapy in any way. It's a powdery sweetness, but it's grounded by some earthy cypriol. Gives a little bit of green tone. There's a touch of ambroxan here, but it's very fresh and spicy at the top. Offers a nice woody backbone. This is a deeper blue fragrance than most. It's not loaded with aquatics and things like that. This is overall sweeter and, like I said, powdery. You gotta like powdery. Not a powder bomb like Iris, but it's powdery. Oh, and It smells incredible and it performs great. 8-hour fragrance, 2 hours of projection, easy for me. And it's around 40 bucks to get a 100 milliliter bottle. It's still very much affordable. A great daily wear if you like the easy to wear stuff, but you want something kind of a little bit elevated. Like maybe you were really into blues, which I still am. I don't know if I'll ever get away from that genre. I don't think I will. I really love the blue genre. High level versatility, mass appeal, performance. They work for everything. Great everyday fragrances. This falls into that, but elevated, because when you start adding things like an earthy tone and some powdery nuances, you're taking it to the next level, at least in my opinion. And this is a great representation of that. It's Acqua Essenziale Blue from Ferragamo. Let's go with something fresh and green. Now, I haven't tried any of the other flankers in this line, but Lacoste Match Point Eau de Parfum, if you're a fan of cardamom, you'll like this. Minty green, bright and spicy, doesn't have any bitterness. Very cooking spice dominant, but it's loaded with aromatics and woods as well. It's not an overly complex fragrance. It's to the point. It's a polo shirt type of fragrance, great daily wear option. Not the greatest high heat fragrance, depends on what your summers are like with humidity and high heat overall. But spring, fall, and if you want something on the fresher side in the winter, this is a great option around 50 bucks. Above average performance in that 6-7 hour range and longevity, even into the 8-hour mark. Let's call it 6 to 8. And it smells really good. A little touch of fruity sweetness, but overall has kind of this juniper heavy aromatic smell with a bunch of cardamom. The cardamom kind of gives it this minty green feel, but a lot of spice at the same time. It's good stuff. Doesn't get talked about enough, and I think you should definitely check it out. If you like greener facets to your fragrances, check out Match Point Eau de Parfum from Lacoste. Last but not least, the most playful of the bunch, high compliment factor. It just smells great, guys. It's Missoni Wave. You can still get this one anywhere from 35 to 50 bucks, depending on where you find it online. I haven't looked at the links that'll be in the video description if you're interested in checking any of these out. I haven't looked yet, but man, this one has always done the trick for me. 6 to 7 hours in longevity. It's citric, it's aquatic, it's sweet and a little floral. It's got a creaminess to it. It smells like an affordable twist on kind of a hybrid of Versace Pour Homme meets a lot of Chanel Allure Homme Sport. Magnetic cap, great atomizer, high compliment factor. Look, I'm not saying you're gonna get a compliment because there's no guarantees to that. The fragrance isn't the end all be all, do it all to getting a compliment. The, energy, presentation, everything. It all ties in together. It's not just a fragrance that's going to pull a compliment. It'll help. Cherry on top of the sundae kind of thing right here. And this, what I am saying, has a higher probability of assisting in somebody paying you a nice compliment. It just really can add to the overall presentation. This is a great option. Sure, it's youthful and easygoing, but I think any guy of any age, even ladies, it's not super masculine. Anybody can really enjoy this fragrance. Again, above average performance, smells really good, has a little bit of depth. It's not too simple and straightforward. It's really nice. It's really attractive, especially for the money. It's Missoni Wave. Well, that's the 10 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. Of these 10, which ones have you tried? Let me know down below what you think about them. Like I said, I'll try to have links to everything down below if you're interested in checking any of these fragrances out. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the 10 that we discussed here in this video and you give them a spray now, you never know. You might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.